Lil Witchy is a talented underground artist from Canada who has recently made a name for themselves within the scenecore genre. Hopefully this video helps you learn a little more about this artist. Witchy was born in a small town located in Nova Scotia, Canada, where an appreciation for music would form early on. Witchy said their love for music was actually kickstarted from hearing music in video games such as Final Fantasy, Pokemon, and Zelda, amongst others. By the time Witchy was approaching teenage years, Witchy became interested in the band My Chemical Romance, which would lead Witchy into enjoying a lot of emo and scene bands for the next few years. Witchy's music taste would shift towards hip-hop during his early teens. Witchy mentioned enjoying artists such as Tyler the Creator and Eminem early on. As Witchy got older and more into the genre, Witchy mentioned enjoying artists such as Young Thug, Gucci Mane, and Chief Keef. Witchy would first feel the aspirations to become an artist and make music themselves at the age of 15. Witchy wanted to be a professional hip-hop artist when they grew up, but realized others may not think of that as a realistic goal. Witchy mentioned actually telling people that the goal was to go to school for audio engineering, however secretly Witchy wanted to be an artist. At the age of 16, Witchy began to experience mental health issues so serious that they took an attempt at their life. This resulted in Witchy being sent to a mental hospital and dropping out of high school. Witchy would continue down a dark path and eventually ended up in jail after going through some legal trouble in October of 2016. During the time spent in jail, Witchy decided that with nothing left to lose, Witchy would pursue music after being released. When Witchy had been released from jail, a friend had mentioned that Witchy actually went to jail the same day as the artist XXXTentacion. Witchy had never heard of this artist before, however immediately became a fan of X after listening. Listening to X would also lead Witchy down the rabbit hole of SoundCloud music. At this point, Witchy would actively pursue the dream of becoming an artist. Witchy would save up money for equipment while simultaneously researching how to create music through YouTube tutorials. Witchy's first song was released in October of 2017. Witchy mentioned purchasing a feature from an artist by the name of Go Yayo about a month after this first release and realized for the first time that something could actually be made of music if Witchy played his cards properly. In the first few years of making music, Witchy was mostly creating within the genre of emo trap. Witchy mentioned noticing their songs with singing in them were doing better numbers-wise than the songs with rapping in them. Realizing this, Witchy decided to lean more into making music with melodic vocals. By the time the year 2020 rolled around, Witchy could see the emo rap era dying and knew it was time to try creating in a different style. Taking into consideration the use of melodic vocals working better in the past, Witchy decided to experiment with the bedroom pop genre. This music did better numbers-wise than what Witchy created previously, however it was only a fraction of what was to come. Moving forward to the year 2022, Witchy would experience more hardships. Witchy experienced music streams declining, losing their apartment, and going completely broke. On top of that, Witchy was also dealing with crippling anxiety at the time. Attempting to pull things together, Witchy decided to apply for a job as a social media manager for a company, however after multiple attempts with multiple different companies, nothing came to fruition. Witchy would then get COVID and become bedridden for over 2 weeks. After coming back to good health, Witchy heard the news that a good friend had his life taken away. With everything piling up, Witchy felt lower than ever. Things would, however, take a step in the right direction during the summer of 2022 when an artist Witchy was familiar with by the name of MaxoXOXO had released a scenecore style song. This was Witchy's first introduction to the scenecore genre and noticed there was a whole community of artists making this style of music. Witchy decided to try and create in this style and made a list of artists to reach out to for collaborations. The first scenecore style song Witchy released was the song titled Paradise Lost featuring Sharda. This was followed by the songs titled Smoking with the Homes featuring Hate Oryx and Goth Shooter featuring Angel Main. Witchy would eventually release the song titled Molly F***ed Up My Brain featuring Durr, which upon its release was a big hit. Off the back of this song's success, Witchy's other music was also receiving a lot of attention. Witchy went on to release the album titled Broken Hearted Shooting Star in the summer of 2023, and by the end of the year, Witchy had over 50,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. So far in 2024, Witchy has been dropping singles, including their biggest song yet titled Love It When You Hate Me. Witchy is also currently working on their next and probably last scenecore album. Witchy likely plans to move on to other genres such as Jersey Club, Plug and B, and maybe Crush Club. Witchy said that they want to become a massive artist and will do whatever it takes to get there. Well, that's all for this video. Big shout out to Hopeless for the edit, and please subscribe for more mini documentaries on various underground artists.